Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Get this up just shy of the 30. You look at this Raiders defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Spicer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Back to throw. Spicer. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 11 yards for number 11. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with career touchdown number 60. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Escapes the defender. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Okay, ready?
Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Off play action. Spicer. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down. Spicer, he's going to look deep for Watkins. He's got it at the 15. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 70 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on a jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Kenneth Walker, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. York on now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Throwing to start the drive. Kramer. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Raiders at 500 hit 6 and 6. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Well, the determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Off the play fake. Kramer. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, Kramer. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Back to throw again. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Off play action. Kramer. A quick throw, but incomplete.
It certainly looks like they started some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Able to push his way through. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Raiders! Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive. There he goes, right side. Shoves him aside. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Looking to throw. Spicer. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Kramer. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Well, 1st down run with Jacobs going to be well-read defensively as they'll stop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
To throw on second down. Kramer. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Kramer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
To throw on 3rd down. Kramer. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Pinheiro is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
On 1st down, Spicer going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Spicer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw again.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. A big play there, just before halftime. 44 yards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Walker will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Again, Walker. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? They'll try and run. Walker. Oh, he's going to be brought down short of the first, and they are out of timeouts. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Kramer. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Looking to throw on second down. Kramer. Oh, the ball comes out on the will say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Kramer. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, Kramer.
Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
On 3rd down, Kramer.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Trying the left side with Walker.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Off play action. Spicer.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Spicer. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
York able to send this one through, and that will tie things at 17-all. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To throw again, Kramer. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful.
And got his man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Kramer. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This is 2nd and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Kramer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Kramer. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Throwing to start the drive. Spicer. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Spicer. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Seahawks have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Next defense, man.
Walker once more. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
And no movement for the field goal unit moment to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Operating from the gun. Spicer. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
Just take it to him.
Put 6 on the board, fellas.
Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, but that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of its head.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Don't let him rush. Work for it. Come on, guys, you got this. Let's win. Come on, boys. Let's make a play out there. Let's go. Turn it up. Turn it up. Let's do this. All right.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit I admired their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Operating from the gun, Spicer. A throw-out run going to be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
York able to send this one through.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Pierce. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining.
A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro.
And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. Fair catch called for and taken, so the ball brought up to the 25 to begin this overtime session.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles. My palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now a first throw here in overtime. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They go play action here on first down. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, this was a clinic in how to throw the football. Somehow, he wound up with only 2 touchdown passes despite throwing